What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Taking a Risk with George. On today's episode, I'm going to be discussing why it's been taking us so long to get into the RV and some of the updates I've done around the house and how we were actually vandalized, and that delayed our process by an extreme amount. So hang tight. So here's what the house looks like now. What we're actually going to do is change out all the siding and the roofing, the trimming around the sides, the shutters and stuff like that. We're going to paint all this, and this will all be happening within the next few weeks. And the reason it's taken us so long to get to do that is because we found out that in 2021, we had a company come out that was doing the roofing for most of our neighbors. And as a promotion, since we were getting the information from our neighbor, they were going to give them a deal, and if we told our neighbor, we would get the same deal, so it was going to reduce the price and stuff like that. So of course we thought it was a great deal. Everybody in the neighborhood was getting their roofs done by this one company. And what ended up happening was the subcontractor that they hired to come and look at our house and several other of the houses in the area was actually defrauding people and stealing their money, unfortunately, and people didn't know until it was too late. And lucky for us, we kind of drug our feet with it. We weren't really ready to jump onto, paying the insurance deductible because we didn't really, at the time, understand the way the deductible worked. We didn't know it came out of the actual insurance and you didn't actually have to have money up front. So we kept delaying it by telling them, we're saving up to pay the deductible, which actually worked out in our favor. So our naivety worked out very well because we ended up finding out literally 3 or 4 days before we had all the money ready that the subcontractor was defrauding people. He was taking their money. He was committing insurance fraud, and he took their money and he ran. He got $30-some thousand from our neighbors, and it was absolutely terrible. I'm sure they filed police reports, but we just kind of left it at that. It was over and done with. We didn't go with any other company. We told the insurance company that we were going to shop around for other companies, but we never actually did. We just didn't care to go through with it. It was something we probably should have done, but like I said, we drug our feet. So fast forward to now, 2023, we hired another company. The honey knows some lady whose husband does roofing, and we're getting ready to move, so we wanted to jazz up the place before we do. So we figured we'd get the same deal. They come out, they look at it, the insurance should cover it, so we'd get a new roof. No problem. Well, he comes out and he tells us that the guy that came up before, whoever's been on your roof before, was banging holes and dents into the side to simulate hail damage, which is absolutely bonkers because here where we live in Central Ohio, we haven't had hail, as far as I can remember, that was bigger than the size of, little foam balls, super tiny. So, we get hail at random times, and sometimes it's in the middle of the day when it was 60-some degrees. I remember we got hail, but we've never had damaging hail as far as I can remember. I may be wrong, but we've never had hail that could do the damage that he caused. So that's the way he explained it to us. So we filed that incident probably 4 months ago now. So we've been waiting about 4 months on the insurance companies. There was a bunch of processes we had to go through. We actually had to go and file a police report 2 years later on the vandalism that was done. It had to be approved. We actually had an officer come out here several weeks after we did an online report to come and take a verbal report. So it was pretty much the same thing. And then there's some new practices that they're doing here in Central Ohio, and she just had to fill out some paperwork with that, and it ended up working out. But that was several weeks ago as well. So hopefully here in the next few days, next few weeks, we'll have everything redone and get the house listed. And while we're waiting for that, I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys some of the other updates I've done. Quick little update on the garden. I actually wasn't planning on doing a garden this year because we're planning on moving, and this thing is stationary. It's definitely staying here. But it was probably the middle of May, after watching the garden just become overrun with weeds and stuff, I felt really bad. So I just happened to take a tomato out of the fridge that the honey really likes. These little tiny cherry tomatoes are like cherry bombs or something like that, and I just squished one, drug a path along here, just drug a path all the way through and just squished it and sprinkled the seeds. And several weeks later, I had sprouts. I had tomato sprouts, and this cilantro I have no clue where it came from. It has to be, in my opinion, probably from a bird droppings or something like that, or maybe even a squirrel, but I've never seen cilantro seeds. I assume they're really small. Or it could have been from Jackson. He was in something called Garden Club this year. I signed him up, and one of the times he brought home cilantro, but it was already leafy. But I'm sure they planted some, so he could have accidentally tossed a couple of seeds in here, which I appreciate, because look at that. That is beautiful cilantro. Look at this little guy. Always out here playing. He loves playing on my wood pile, which I just cut down the tree branches the other day. Look at him. Oh yeah, get it. Get it. He's such a bad hunter. You think he got something, but it's probably just a piece of grass or a stick. He's so cute. I'm not gonna chop through much more of this since we are moving. I am gonna leave it, but I did just redo this door, actually. I'm quite proud of it. I added the extra panels in the back too because there was gaps. Reinforced this part right here. This is a little weird. I don't know what kind of design this is, but this is nice. Super nice now. And check it out. Told you guys about the strawberries growing along the fence. Look at that. There they are. There's so many of them. Giant dandelions as well. There's just all kinds. And here's the other side. I'm going to show you what the raspberry plant has been doing. It's growing through the fence and on the other side. Look at that. That one's huge. I've never actually eaten these wild strawberries, but they don't look too bad. So this is what's actually going on with the raspberry plant. It absolutely took over. This stalk is massive. It's probably about 5 foot, maybe 6 foot tall. Check out all the raspberries that have come in and get ready to harvest. I'm excited. The kids are excited. They honestly don't know, but they were excited last time, so I'm going to assume they're excited this time. But let me talk more about these tomatoes. So if you can see, this is probably about 5-6 inches, maybe 7 at the most. These all grew at the same time. So this one, he's obviously way behind. That's a weed, don't worry about that. But he's way behind. That one's doing all right. But the ones in the pots, they're like 10 inches tall, pretty much, almost a foot. And they're actually beginning to flower and getting ready to produce fruit. That one is, he's hunting something, but he never catches anything. I swear, I see him all the time running for flies and stuff, and he never gets them. I get them before he does. But he loves eating them, so I'm hoping. Oh, I see him. He's hunting an ant. Good job. You got it. All right, back to these tomatoes. So the potting mix, which has been sitting around for 3 years now, and I know not to reuse it. And the only reason I did is because I didn't plan on being here. I figured, you know what? Just go ahead and toss it in there. And, you know, you don't want to reuse stuff like this in case of disease and stuff. Unless you really take care of your soil, which this has just been outside, so I have not taken care of it whatsoever. Same with this soil. That's why it's overrun. It literally, the whole thing looked like this. I just decided one day to take my big old rake and just rake as much of it as I can. And after doing that and seeing how nice the soil looked, I decided to throw those seeds in there. But anyways, this has Miracle Grow from 3 years ago and tomato food, or like plant food, from 2 to 3 years ago. And this is where I was actually growing my rosemary and thyme and other herbs from last year. So you can see that it still has a lot of that nutrients, and these things sucked it up. Look at the size of that stalk. That is a thick stalk. This one's not bad either. He's doing really well. And that's strange to me. Does anybody know why the stalk kind of looks like bark right there? I'd love to know if anybody has an explanation for that. Getting his wheat. I didn't know cats liked wheat. I'll start making you tuna fish sandwiches. Other updates I've done, replaced a lot of the fence. A lot. You can see these are all replaced. Those are all replaced. It literally goes and goes. I had to replace the net around the fence, which that's not important, but this side of the fence looks good. I pressure washed everything. If you paid attention earlier and you saw the other side of the fence, you can see that it looks like a weathered fence. You can see there's all the old wood and stuff. I didn't have to replace any planks on this side, thank goodness, or the fence planks, but the side did all that. Just upgrades. There's all the old wood that I cut up and stacked. Hopefully toss that in here soon. Get this all nice and hot. We've been enjoying more campfires these last few weeks than we have the few years that we've been here. Oh, and one more thing I should probably point out, updates that I've had to do. This area right here was completely bald. It was just dirt several months ago, and little by little I've been growing grass in the dirt spots, and it's gonna rain here soon, so they'll get a nice watering. I just cut everything yesterday, that's why it looks decent. Don't look too bad. What's he getting over there? Just laying down. He's so cute. That was a crabapple tree that I cut several years ago. Probably should remove the stump before we get out of here. He, if crazy enough, stays in the yard for the most part. He'll go out every once in a while, but he's such a good little cat. Honey and I are really happy with him. He's definitely a family cat. His little collar fell off today. The honey got him a little collar that jingles, and I think it's so cute because he's very stealthy. Yeah, you're so cute. But the little collar, it jingles so he could never sneak up on us. He had a really bad habit of sneaking up on the kids and biting their legs. Kind of like that. He'd run up and just nibble at them, so he's so cute. Oh, you better run. Oh, look at him getting low. What are you gonna do about it? What is he gonna do about this? Are you gonna take a nap on it? It's coming towards you now. What are you gonna do? Uh-oh. It's coming for you. Oh yeah, it's coming. It's coming. Oh, look, he's getting into relax mode. He knows that's what's about to happen. He's about to relax. Oh, yeah. You're such a good kitty. That was a little rough, I'm sorry. What do you see? You won't get anything? Probably not. Oh, he's getting ready to attack. Check him out. There he is. There's his target. That baby. Is he gonna do it? Look at him. He decided not to. She yelled at him just a little bit ago. Oh, hold on a second. Yeah, you know I'm watching you. At the ears of a cat or something. Stop looking over here. Keep acting. He ran at her just a little bit ago, and she yelled at him. It was so cute. There he goes. Oh, we got the football. Nice. Oh, better run. He is such a good cat. They love him. He loves them. So anyways, she was about to climb up the trampoline earlier, and he ran at her like he always does from that exact location. And I said, hey, just like that. Just like my dad used to. It's actually really funny. So, hey, just like that. And he stopped because he listens. And she was just about to get on the stairs, and he was on the other side, so they could see each other. And she looks at him with the cutest little face. She goes, hey. Just like I did. And then she started talking and talking and talking. I have no clue what she was saying, but she was saying something about the cat, and it was so adorable. I ran to grab the camera, and of course I missed it. So I was hoping to get another interaction, but anyways, I love it. Every once in a while, though, I'll catch him doing something like this. He's literally Border Patrol. Yeah, that's how he feels. Look at him. He is such a top hunter. You gonna scare him? You're gonna do what? Alright, feeling absolutely miserable this morning. Woke up with a severe cold, cough, chest congestion, this awful pain in my neck that hasn't gone away for about a week, maybe a week and a half now. The honey is at her doctor's appointment for the baby, and we babysit. So I've got 4 kids right now. They're all inside eating the breakfast I made, surprisingly enough. It's very rare that they'll sit down and all eat together, but it was pancakes and syrup, so they love it. I've taken so much medicine already in the last 2 hours of being awake. I've been up since 6:30 and hoping to get some stuff done today. I'll keep you guys updated. Alright, I just came in. And the instant Evelyn was begging me, please, 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 please cut this watermelon. So we're gonna have watermelon for breakfast as well. Here you go. All right, show me what you got. You got it? Oh, all right, that's the best way to open a watermelon. All right, and now that they're done eating the watermelon, I'm actually gonna chop it up and make it into a tea to see if it'll help me feel better. There you go, you just chop it up and put it in there. I used about 2 cups of water. I'm hoping to get about 2 cups of tea out of this. Just 10 minutes. Add some honey and you're good to go. All right, it's been about 10 minutes and you can see it's been a huge reduction in water and different colorations. Let's try it out. All right, I've got my mason jar and my strainer. Using a second one so I can have both hands. Just get that. I don't think I'm getting 2 cups out of this. Just don't come flying at me. All right, so this is a 4-cup mason jar, and as you can see, I'm nowhere near half, so yeah, more water next time. I'm not even a huge fan of watermelon. Oof, oof, that smell, oof. It's something fierce, but I'm gonna throw some honey in there, share some with Jackson, because he has to share his tea with me, so. All right, here we go. I added a lot of honey, so that's literally what it just tastes like. It just tastes like honey. All right, buddy, let me know what you think.
I agree with him. It's just like honey.
It tastes just like honey, right? I'll try to make it better next time.
Maybe I'd like honey.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, you drink all yours. That's not bad. All right, it's been about 24 hours since I drank that watermelon tea, and I've got to say, it didn't agree with me whatsoever. I still feel crummy, super stuffed up. Jackson, on the other hand, I'm not gonna say I poisoned my kid because I you know, obviously it wasn't intentional, but he was having intestinal issues for most of the day. Felt so bad. I was giving him medicine. So taste-wise, it was okay, but making you feel better, I'm not 100% sure. I might have done something wrong. I'm sure there's somebody out there who drinks this all the time. We have maybe more information on how to actually do it properly. So anyways, I would not drink it again, making it the method that I chose. Check it out, y'all. It's been a few days since I last filmed. I'm feeling a little bit better, I guess, today. It's been downpouring for like 3 or 4 days straight, and check out what's happened. The tomatoes have exploded, even the ones that are growing without the food and Miracle-Gro, and check that out. Blooming. Cucumber, cantaloupe, something. It's coming in strong. I've got to, I think, repot that one. I want to move it. I don't want it to get squished up against the side, but also look, so I started another tomato plant. I'm trying something out. I'm sure there's people out there who know, but on the tomato plants themselves, you'll have these flat ones that come out sideways, which collect all the sunlight. Then you'll have, I can't remember what they're called. I think they're shoots or something like that, but they come out on an angle. From right there, you can see where there's a little part that I nipped off, and it'll grow, I think, into a whole new tomato plant, if I remember correctly. And that's the one right there that I clipped off. I think it's a little too low. It's obviously too close to the dirt. It's probably gonna die. I've got a squirrel that keeps digging up for no reason. There's nothing to dig up in my garden. Unless he's putting stuff in there, which would explain some things. There you are, Mr. I've been out all night. Where have you been? You're so stinking cute. And the cilantro, as you can see, is just a giant stalk now. I harvested it last night for dinner. I made tacos. What are you doing? You didn't get any tacos. I don't know where you were. You're so cute. Stealing the show. I'm gonna call this taking a cat. Bye-bye. All right, back to the tomato plants. Check it out. For reference, I remember I told you guys it was like 10 inches or so, but check it out. Here is a size 10, 11 sandal. For reference, it's about at the top of that. Come on, baby, keep on growing. All right, so check this out before I go. Cats normally don't like their tails rubbed, from what I've read. It's like 90% of cats don't, but mine loves it. And look at that, he's like shivering every time I do it. Look at that. Oh, he can't handle it. It's too good. He almost collapsed earlier. Look at that. Well, you can't see it, but there was a wet spot right there from where he collapsed. Like his body just had to go down. You're so cute. One of my favorite ways to end a day is just like this, on a beautiful evening such as this. Watching the cat go down the slide, while the family all jumps on the trampoline and the baby squeaks, of course. Ella the dog is tucked up with mommy, just the way it should be. Look at that. Richest man in the world right here, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I'll take it.